What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's currently 6 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. And yeah, guys, I've been slacking on the videos. However, I did post, which you would have probably already seen if you follow the channel. The UK show was out last week. Just about to head to the gym now and do cardio, fasted cardio for 1 hour. And we're gonna take I'm just charging the iPad, guys, and I literally just transferred some footage which I'm going to edit while I'm doing my cardio, believe it or not. Multitask, guys, why not? So this is actually going to be the start of peak week when I came back from the UK. This is going to be the next video that you actually see, and then this video will follow after the show day video. So there'll be this one show day and then this one what you're watching now. But it's been a few weeks since I competed in the Dubai show, guys. Actually, it's been like 2 weeks now. And yeah, wanted to pick up the camera and start filming today. I'm watching Hadi Chupan. Motivational, like it's the Evogen video, getting ready for the Olympia. And yeah, just let me give you an update, guys. So obviously you would have seen in my, well, I haven't made it yet, but when I make the show day video for the Dubai show, the placings, like, I don't do bodybuilding because of the placings, guys, right? I don't do bodybuilding to win money, to win shows, right? And to give you a perfect example of that is, like, I've done 9 bodybuilding shows now, and I've never ever won a single bodybuilding show, guys. Like, in my class, I've not come first ever. I've not been able to say on that day with that same weight class that I'm the best on the day. I've never achieved that. The closest I came, my medal's up on the wall there, as you can see. We got the 3rd place plaque there. We've got a couple of thirds. We obviously won the pro card. I had 2nd place in my class on the day that I won my pro card. That's, I think, the closest I've come to winning the class, right? So there's like milestones that I've set in bodybuilding, because that kind of keeps me going. It's a way for me to track my progression, that way for me to see that I'm moving forward, that I have these goals, right? If I started bodybuilding and said I have to win a show, if I don't win a show I'm devastated, then I wouldn't have done 9 shows, right? I wouldn't have been able to progress. I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I love, which is building muscle, which is progressing mentally, physically, right? This is what I love, what bodybuilding gives me. It gives me that constant goalpost. And there's multiple, like, kind of short goals, term goals. Not just in, like, winning shows and placing in shows, but, like, within my physique, like, certain areas of my physique that I want to build up. I don't have too many goals in terms of numbers in the gym. I've never been one to have weightlifting numbers, but I have physique goals. I have, like, certain areas that I want to bring up in my physique. That's something that I can track. It doesn't take me years to do that. I mean, some muscle groups maybe, but again, it's like, let's say I had a goal to build my back up by 10 pounds. That's probably excessive. Let's say 5 pounds of muscle, right? I might be able to build 5 pounds of muscle in my back over the course of 10 years or even 5 years, right? But can I build a pound within the next year, you know? And I think that's reasonable amount that I can strive for, that I can achieve even if I dedicate myself over the next year to do that, right? So again, it just gives me a focus in my life, guys, which I can measure it and say, okay, based on last year's pictures when I competed, has my back improved? And if it has, then it gives me another year where I can progress going forward, and I know that I'm on the right track, and so on, right? That is what bodybuilding has given me. That is what bodybuilding continues to give me. That being said, guys, when my placings at shows, or potentially my look, starts to get worse, that's when I don't feel very good about the whole process, about my life in general. Because if I've dedicated myself over the course of a year to something that I don't feel I'm progressing at, that's where the issues and the problems come in. However, as we all know, when it comes to bodybuilding, guys, your physique can change within 1 hour. If you stress, your physique will look worse. If you don't peak correctly, if you don't pump up correctly, if you don't put the tan on properly. So I'm well aware that just because my placing when I was on stage at 10:45 on a Saturday doesn't mean that I haven't progressed over the last year. And that UK show was a perfect example of that. But the only reason that I was able to make that a perfect example and was to do the Dubai show after it. If I would have done that UK show and we've given my place in the show and how I looked on stage, I could have gone away from that and like in a very negative way, and I'm done with bodybuilding, I haven't progressed, oh my god, I need to change my career, I need to change my passion, I need to change everything. But I'm knowledgeable both as a coach and an athlete. I self-coach myself to look at it and with retrospect and say, okay, Lewis, these are the things that you did wrong. Can you fix that within the next few days, week, month, so on? I realized in that moment there were certain things that I could definitely fix within a week. And it was a case of I just needed that of a test. I needed that match day very, very soon, as if I was playing football. When I would have a bad game of football, I wanted to play midweek because I was like, I want to put that right as soon as possible. When it comes to bodybuilding, it's not as easy as that because there's not so many frequent shows and it's expensive to do the shows. You got to travel, etc., etc. But it just worked out perfectly for me. When I was coming back on the flight and I arrived back in Dubai, there was a show within the next 5 days in a place where I didn't need to travel to. I already paid my lie detector test, so I didn't need to resit that. I even had some of the fake tan still on me, so I think I had a pretty much of a base coat of tan come the next show, which I also believe that helped me going into that show with the tanning and stuff, because my tan was a lot better. And yeah, it all just kind of aligned, and I proved both not only to myself but to the judges, to my family, to potential clients that have followed my journey, to my own clients who have also been watching my journey, which I've obviously explained to them in person, like how I did things and how I fix things, because it's very interesting both to myself and both to them, because they have some of my clients in person and online have aspirations to compete in bodybuilding at some point. So it was just a very good experience overall, guys. And I do need not only if I come away from a show and I know I've progressed and I know I'm improving, that's great, and maybe that is enough to keep me going in this bodybuilding thing, in this, giving me enough motivation to spend over the next course of the next year to progress. In fact, it probably is enough, right, to keep me on this track. I mean, it is. I'm going to keep bodybuilding, whether I competitively bodybuild. I'll train, God willing, for the rest of my life, guys, because I love it. And I will coach for the rest of my life because I also love that as well. However, like, in terms of competitive bodybuilding, I do need certain extra motivation in terms of my placings on stage. I don't really care what the judges think because I know it's a subjective sport. However, there is an element that I do care what they think, because I am a competitive person at heart, and I know that if my placings are improving, it gives me added motivation to continue in terms of competitive bodybuilding. So it keeps me in the sport, guys, right? If I can see that my placings are increasing, I'm going to continue competing, and not only going to continue competing in 3 years' time and I do a long off season. I've always done it, guys. Like, I am an active competitor. If I see my placings improving, I'll compete next week. I've proven it with this recent show. If I see my placings improving, I will go to WNBF Worlds, which is what I'm going to get onto in this next part of this video. I have no problem paying £2,000-3,000 to travel around the world to compete at these shows. Why? Because I love it, guys. I love everything about it. The progression, going to different countries, traveling. I love being an athlete because that is what I am, guys. I'm a professional natural bodybuilder, and when I travel to do shows, I really have more of a sense of like that athlete mentality. Like I give it more effort, even. Not that I don't give it effort when I'm just competing in Dubai, because I do, but it just makes me feel really good about myself, guys. And like I feel like I'm on the right path, and I feel like my mission in life is just aligned when I'm on prep and I'm digging, and it just it's just the best thing for me, right? So long may it continue. Like that's why I've competed for the last 4 years in a row. I would compete every single year. I actually think that every single bodybuilder should compete every year, because then the sport would actually grow. And you could say, arguably, you could make an argument for, oh yeah, but if I take a 2 year off season, then I'm going to build an extra 2% of muscle. And that's probably true, right? But it's like I'm building an extra 0.5% of muscle every single year, and I get to compete and do what I love. So it's like, if there was rules or regulations, and I know certain federations, they do have this in place, if every competitor, in order to keep their pro status, had to compete every year, I actually think that's a good thing. It keeps because like, what sport do you know that you take a 3 year off season? Like, it just doesn't happen. Football, they compete every week, right? Like other sports, boxing, all right, you might do 5 shows in a year, similar to bodybuilding, you know? And I personally, I'm all for that. Like, because think about it, guys. If every single person was competing, what would happen from that then? The federations make more money, so then the cost of competing becomes less, and potentially they even pay you to compete, right? Let's say they're making tons of money because so much people are competing. There's more eyes on the sport. There's more people buying the live streams. Like, then they can start actually probably paying the athletes to compete at their shows, which I actually follow. There's a bodybuilder in the UK, a natural bodybuilder, and he was speaking on his podcast last week that there was a PCA show, I think, in the UK, and they actually paid him money to do the show. Like, they paid his reg fees, which is crazy. And like, if you said to me, like I'm paying 3,000 to go to WMF Worlds now, guys. I've already priced up the whole trip. It's gonna cost me around about 3,000 British pounds total cost, guys, right? And I'm gonna do it. But if you said to me, I'm gonna pay for your flights, I would compete every weekend, honestly. Like, sign me up, like, I'm doing it, you know? So, but we're not just quite there just yet, guys. But that being said, I don't care. Like, I'm still going to commit to this. I'm going to do it. And there's no better show, guys, than WMBF Worlds. So I'll state my goals right here. I've got no problems stating my goals on here. Like, yeah, I've no problem doing that. I'm a realist. If you followed this channel, you would see I never go into shows thinking I'm gonna win and this and that, and like I always like to think I have a chance of winning, but realistically, like, the chances are very slim, right? When I got this is why this is up here, right? Like, you might say, oh, it's $100, it's third place in a show, like, oh, unlucky, right? You didn't. That third place for me, guys, that kept me in the game in this competitive season. That third place is huge for me. And I'm a competitive person. I always say, like, oh, no one remembers second or third place. It's only first, right? But for me, what that meant to me was huge, because that was the next milestone in my bodybuilding career and journey, right? And life, essentially. I wanted the pro card more than anything, guys. Once I started learning about natural bodybuilding, that was the biggest thing. I used to follow all the WMBF pros online. As you can see, my medals up there. And this is why I keep this up here, guys. This is a constant reminder to myself that you're doing the right thing in your life, Lewis. Like, this is a positive thing. Very easy. I could have gone down the wrong path, guys, and I was going down the wrong path before I got into bodybuilding, and I was drinking alcohol weekly, and my life was a bit of a mess. And ever since I started this bodybuilding endeavor, it's just enhanced and improved my life, my business, everything. And that's why I put this stuff up there, because it's like, wake up every day and I look at that and I'm like, you got work to do. There's goals to get after, you know? And so I wanted that WMBF. Initially, I wanted to just do one bodybuilding show. I did that, guys. Then when I started learning, I was like, WMF Pro, that's what I want more than anything. That is my, like, at the moment, that is my ultimate goal. I knew that had, like, I'm not a stupid guy. Guys, I knew once I won the pro card, I know what I'm like. It would have been, what's next? The goalpost needs to move now, because I always have to have that goal. So I knew there was going to be, like, other things to achieve. The same way, even if I win WMBF Worlds, there's going to be, oh, okay, I need to win the next WMBF Worlds, right? Like, I'm not naive, guys. Like, I know this. I listen to Dirk Emmerich. I listen to other bodybuilders that have won WMBF Worlds. They say the same thing. So I know what to expect when I do win WMBF Worlds. See what I did there? But yeah, that was the milestone, win the pro card. I followed all the WMF pros, and for me, that was like an IFBB pro. That WMF Pro card is the IFBB of natural bodybuilding, guys. It really is. That's why I've put it on all my, like, things on social media. It's on my YouTube channel. It's a big thing for me. Like, I think it's a big achievement. The same way IFBB pros put all IFBB pro in their names and all the rest of it. And funny enough, guys, actually, I ordered a custom-made lifting belt yesterday. And it literally says Lewis Summerson WMF Pro underneath, and it's sick. The belt is so good, because I needed a new belt. I had the same lifting belt now for about, I don't know, 10 plus years. I got it from Australia when I was over there traveling, and it's like ruined. It's about to break. So yeah, anyway, back to the story. I won the pro card, and it was a case of what's next. Okay, now the next milestone. Instantly, I knew what it was without even thinking about it. Just, I knew what the goal was. Next thing was place top 3 in a pro show. That was the next milestone, guys. And when I won the pro card, placing top 3 in a pro show was a million miles away from me. The same way the pro card was a million miles away from me, right? So there has been a progression. Did my first pro show at Worlds, got 10th place out of 16. I was pretty happy with that, to get top 10. That was kind of a little bit of more of a milestone that I didn't realize, didn't kind of set at the time, but I was happy to achieve also. And I thought, okay, what's next? I need to win a pro show now. Like, win a pro show and then win WMBF Worlds, right? Or place top 5. Well, I'll get onto it anyway. Next goal was place top 3 in a pro show. That was the next goal, guys. And that is exactly what I achieved in my last show. So I went from placing pretty much last in the UK show to achieving my goal, guys. One of my big goals, top 3 in a pro show. And that showed me, like, okay, Lewis, you're on the right path. Like if you can make progress in the course of a week, going from that to that, what can you do given another 7-8 weeks of this? And I know I can get better, guys. Like, I can lose 5+ more pounds of body fat, right? So it wasn't a question of can you improve, can you get better. It was just like, the minute that I knew the guy got called out in 4th place, which, by the way, that guy in 4th place at the Dubai show, he actually beat me at Worlds. He got 7th place when I got 10th. We competed against each other then. So not only did I place top 3, but I beat a guy that is a very good bodybuilder, by the way. He's from Poland, and he had beaten me before. So that show was huge for me, because and his I think it's his coach as well, who's the president of the WMAF Poland show. When I got back off stage, like, we were chatting, like, we're all like they're nice guys, like, and he was giving me advice, actually, and I know he's a very good bodybuilder himself, and he was saying, like, good things about me. He was honest, and he said I think, like, my client should have beaten you, which I respect that from him. But he said, like, you had very good symmetry, you had very good proportions, which I'm obviously going to talk about in my show day video, I'm sure. But he was giving me very good compliments, and he said your conditioning was off, you know. And I know it was, like I can get better, like I said. But to hear from him as well, who was like you get comments online, guys, from people, oh, you're gonna win the shows and you're gonna do this and that, and it's like, I don't listen to any of that. But respectable bodybuilders in the competitions, even the judges, guys, like I do listen to their feedback, you know, because they are like educated people in this space. So hearing that as well was like, okay, there's more to achieve here, like you, because I was about to stop the prep. I was about to give up, guys, like not forever, but definitely for this year. I was going to transition into an off season, and it would have been a similar story from last year, guys. The same thing kind of happened last year. Placed bad, and then there was no way I was heading to Worlds because I got such a bad placing. And I was going through a lot at the time, like going through a breakup and stuff last year. It just wasn't, there was no way I was heading to Worlds. Like, it was never crossed my mind. However, when I won this, the minute that I got that third place, I was like, I'm competing in Malaysia, like the Malaysia show. I'm doing it 100%. I knew on stage instantly, like the prep goes on, like, you know, it was like that moment to me. But I don't know if you were aware of this, guys. If you're in a natural bodybuilding station, maybe you would have been. Last weekend, I was preparing for basically I've been maintaining my body weight, guys. This is going to be a long video. But yeah, I was maintaining my body weight while I decided on my next plan, if I was going to compete or not. And I was heavily planning, like I was 85% planning the Malaysia show, the WMF Galaxy. I was looking at flights, everything, and luckily I didn't book any of the flights, because they actually announced like last week that the show has got cancelled, guys, for whatever reason. I think they said they had problems with the venue. I'm not sure, but obviously this show was going to be the first time they had done something like this. So I can imagine it would have been a big task to carry out what they were going to carry out. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly why, but it got cancelled. But like, good thing for them, they did say they were going to reimburse like all the athletes for their flights and accommodation. So it's like, that's really good to see that. Like, yeah, I don't know if other federations or businesses would have done that in that circumstance. So respect to all the guys that were planning and running that show, because yeah, they're going to give everybody a refund in terms of the whole cost, which is really good. But luckily for us, guys, I didn't have to go through that process because I didn't book it at the time. However, like, when I knew that, it was like, okay, like the WMF Worlds is in 2 weeks after that show, so that was going to be 6 weeks. WMF Worlds was in 8 weeks, and I believe now it's around about 7 weeks time. So I was like, perfect, it gives me more time to focus on that. Yeah, like, that's my next focus. I haven't actually booked anything in regarding that. By the time this video drops, like, and I put this out, I say drops like it's gonna be a mixtape or something, guys. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, by the time this video goes out, guys, like, I'm sure I would have already booked the whole trip and locked it in properly. So that's my plan over the next few days. Now, I've already priced up, like I said, the whole trip. It's just a case of like fully waiting until I'm fully 100% on it, deciding, booking it in, and then it's go time. But I'm basically preparing myself now. Like, I'm dieting. I'm back on a diet now, guys. Starting pretty much today. Yeah, I'm gonna start driving my body weight back down as planning to compete at WMF Worlds. So it's really exciting times, guys. Like, I'm super excited to go back over to America. I love America. This show is in LA, and the biggest thing for me, guys, is like, I've been to Worlds twice before, once as an amateur, once as a pro, but it was my pro debut. This time round now, I feel like I'm going back as a proper pro. Like, not that I wasn't a pro bodybuilder before, but I've definitely leveled up and improved massively since then. That was back in 2023. We're now in late 2025, so it's like 2 years ago, guys. And I'm a different bodybuilder now. I'm a different human, a different person, and I'm really looking forward to this. Like, this is again another opportunity to get closer, move closer to my goals. And what is my goals, and what do I want to achieve from this show? First off, guys, like my dad, I spoke to my dad yesterday, and he was asking me about my plans, and I told him, and he said, do you believe you're gonna win? Like, why are you going to America? Do you believe you're gonna win this show? And my dad knows about bodybuilding now, but he doesn't know the full extent of how difficult it is to win WMBF Worlds. Like, that mountain is massive. Like, that to achieve that goal is huge. Like, it's huge. You've got guys like Jeff Alberts, Alberto Nunes, them 3DMJ guys. Their life has been bodybuilding for 30 years, guys. And they still haven't, they've come close to that. They've placed top 5, but they still haven't won WMF Worlds. I don't believe, like, don't quote me on this, guys, but I don't believe them 2 guys I just mentioned have won WMF Worlds before. I don't think they have. So you can imagine the task, and that is their life, guys. The same way it's been my life over the last 5 years, but they've been doing that for 30 years. And potentially, you might never even achieve that goal, guys. That's how high and how big it is. It's like saying, I want to win Mr. Olympia, right? That's a similar feat, you know? Because, as you know, genetics play a big part. Do I believe that I can win WMF Worlds in my life? 100%. I believe it 1,000,000%. If I apply myself, if I dedicate basically my life, and I commit to that goal fully, I can win it. I believe I can win it. Do I believe I can win it this year? I'll be honest with you guys, as I always am on this channel, right? Do I think I can win WMF Worlds this year? Yes, I do. I believe I can win it. What is the chances that I believe I can win it? I would say it's 50%. I would say things have to really go my way. I have to be the best I've ever been by a mile, and maybe some of the other guys that turn up on the day have to be off for me to achieve that. Because I know some of the guys who are potentially competing this year, and I know what I'm going up against, and the standard is crazy. But it's not to say that I can't do it. But what is my main goal? My next milestone from 3rd place was place top 5 at Worlds. That was another huge goal of mine. Last time I went to Worlds, I got 10th place. I was 16. Do I believe I can place top 5 at Worlds in this show? Yes. What's my percentage of that happening? 100%, guys. That is how confident I am. If I do all the right things from now till then, both in terms of my training, my nutrition, my posing, my mindset, my focus, I can make it happen. And that fills me with so much fulfillment just thinking about it, guys. It makes me want to go and do my cardio now. It makes me want to wake up. It makes me want to just like dive straight into it. Because I'll be honest with you guys, the prep up until this point has been a breeze. It's been easy. I've had 1 or 2 days where I started getting lightheadedness and I was really tired and fatigued. Apart from that, it's been so easy, guys. I've almost felt like I've not been on prep. But I'm ready to suffer, guys. I'm ready to do what I used to do back when I was competing and I had a girlfriend, where I would say to my girlfriend, listen, it's going to be tough for the next few months. Like, you're going to have to kind of endure this, because I'm gonna go to a different headspace. I'm fully locking in, fully focused on only this. And arguably that put a strain on my relationships in the past, but I don't have a relationship right now, guys. I'm just focusing on my business, which I'm going to continue to do, which actually doing bodybuilding helps me level up that even more. I almost put more emphasis on my business and my clients when I'm in the space. It just helps my business. Like, it doesn't take away from it. It makes it better. I become a better trainer. I'm a good trainer anyway, but I'm a better coach even when I'm doing this, I believe. So I'm super excited to just delve right back into that full focus, guys. And it's go time. There's 7 more weeks until I head to America, 8 more weeks until I compete. I'm going to give my full effort into this show, more than I've probably ever done. I mean, I've given full effort before, but this is going to be another level, guys. And I'm here for it. And then once the show's done, I'm going to have a nice holiday over in America. There's a few things I want to do over there, so I'm going to have I'm going to make sure, usually I would give myself a few days after the show and then fly back. But I'm going to give myself at least a week over there post-show. So I want to get there a week before my show and a week after because I'm going to fully enjoy and treat it like a holiday afterwards, guys. Then we're back to Dubai and back into work after that. This is going to be a long video, guys. What are we at timings wise? 30 minutes long. But I feel like you could take a lot of value from this, like, because there's a lot of people that follow the channel. I know, shout out to you boys as well. Like, I met a few people at the Dubai show. Can't remember all of your names, but I had good conversations with you guys. Like you said, you follow the channel, and it's just amazing, like building a community, like-minded people. We're all into the same thing. We like bodybuilding. It's really good to meet you guys like that follow the channel, because I don't have a big following, and it's just good to connect with people and build a community, guys. Like, it's a very niche industry, niche sport, what we do here with bodybuilding, and it's important, I think, to have that like-mindedness and work together, like to progress together, you know. And I follow a lot of the bodybuilders, a lot of people I meet at these shows. I get their contacts, and then we stay in touch, and you follow their journey as much as they're following yours, and I watch their YouTube channels as well, and it's just really good to see, guys. So shout out to you boys that I met at that UK show and the Dubai show, because that's the reason I love bodybuilding as well, is for that reason. So and I feel like if there's any inspiring bodybuilders that watch this channel, this just gives you an example of, like, if you're thinking about competing and you haven't won your pro card yet, this is the sort of doubt, and you're not alone when you're feeling like you're not good enough, right? My advice to you individuals would be, yes, that's normal what you're feeling, but don't let it affect you and give you anxiety where you don't even compete, right? Or you have 3-year off seasons or 2-year off seasons, because you don't need it, guys. Like, you can get involved in this sport, you can make progress. You're not always going to win, but as long as you're progressing, you can achieve great things, guys. And like, I've achieved that up there on the wall, and I'm going to continue to achieve my goals, and it's a stepping stone. You're not going to go from doing your first bodybuilding show to winning lightweight world champion, right? However, given time, given many years, it's not to say it's not possible. And as long as you can see yourself striving and moving forwards closely to that, every step you make, that you're stepping forward in the right direction, that's a win, guys, in my eyes. Like, so that's what I'm going to continue to do, guys. This has been a very long video, so I'm going to cut it here. Smash a like button, guys. Subscribe, please. Like, I'm trying to grow this channel, because that's another thing which is a spin-off to all this. Doing these shows makes me passionate about creating content, guys. Makes me passionate about sharing my journey, sharing my message, helping others. Like, before I got into bodybuilding, I was watching videos probably similar to what I'm watching now of other bodybuilders. Like, I still watch them videos today. That's another thing. The Olympia's coming up. I think it's this weekend or next weekend. I'm not exactly sure when. I think it's this weekend though. Seeing all the boys, because I do follow the assisted sport side of the sport, seeing all them boys on prep competing, it just motivates me to go and do the same thing, guys. So that's why I make these videos, and I will continue. I've made a video, I think, every week this whole year, guys. We're in October now, and I plan to continue that for the future, you know. And when I meet some of them guys at the shows that say they watch and they've followed my journey for a while, it just makes me motivated. Similar to placing wallet shows, it makes me motivated to keep making content, guys. So I will continue to do that. Anyway, enough rambling from me, guys. This has been a boring long video. See you in the next one. I'm about to go and do my cardio. Peace out. And I will be making videos following the prep up until America and in America, guys. So stay tuned for that. I'll try and make them exciting, more exciting than just talking the whole time. But this was a talking video anyway, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.